This week on Dissect That Film, me and the crew are going to review Leprechaun 2. Alrighty, roll the tape.
Your host, Parker, Dan, and Angela slice and dice their way through the good,
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
the bad,
You brought the devil!
There's a devil inside everyone.
and the ugly movies you love.
And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it!
Hold your favorite films and franchises tight, because they aren't safe. In fact, it's already too late. It's time to dissect that film.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dissect That Film podcast, a podcast that dissects the good, the bad, and the ugly of cinema. I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me, as always, my wonderful co-hosts, Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming. And returning for a third time, woo, is our good friend, the official Joey C.
How the hell are you, everybody? Good to see you. Good to have you and good to read you, baby. Alrighty. Thanks for having me back
How are you?
here. I'm getting ready to rock and roll, man. It's the Leprechaun season. I got my green on. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm sweating. Is anybody else sweating here?
Yeah.
I think it's the Mountain Dew.
Oh, it might be.
You can fuel sweet rave
Yes.
parties.
Cut me open
Let
and
me-
drink me up, baby. Do the do.
Oh boy, we are off to a hot one right now, everybody. So it is year 2 of our Leprechaun series in review. Last year, of course, is when we started it all with 1993's Leprechaun. So this year, we are talking about 1994's Leprechaun. Oh boy, Leprechaun 2. This is the second film of a franchise that has like 7 movies or 8 movies in it. And
This is, this is a rough one here, folks.
have we all seen this movie before?
Yes.
Before this recording. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean before. Like, have you seen it outside of us having to watch it for the show?
I've never seen any of these movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy.
Well, except for
That's
prior to
wild.
the first one we already covered, but none of them.
All right. Well, Joey, why don't you tell us your history with Leprechaun 2?
Well, I was I was on Tinder, folks, and I was swiping away on a gal, you know what I'm saying? We're chatting, what's your favorite color, what time you're born, all that fun stuff. So anyhow, she comes over to my house and she brings a DVD of every single Leprechaun movie. And we watched the first 2 on our first date on the couch. We watched it. We just watched
No
it.
Netflix and chill.
And boy, I was just horrified because this was like kind of a churchy girl. And I thought, boy, she's going to bring a nice little St. Patty's Day movie and we're going to have some good, wholesome fun here. That's not what I got. I was a bit concerned after that. And needless to say, I didn't hang out with her again. So I don't know where that girl is now. Probably horrified somewhere in a corner, but by God. So that was my first introduction.
It's not.
That has to be the best. What is your history with this movie story we've ever had on this show ever?
So
Oh, it's bad.
I thought you were gonna,
Leprechaun 2 literally made you not talk to this girl
Yeah.
ever again.
I thought you were gonna tell me that like this woman came over and brought Leprechaun 2, but like when she walked in the door and she's like, "Hey, I got these DVDs," but when to get more comfortable, she took her jacket off and she was 2 people like stacked on top of each other. Like in the whole trench
You know
coat
what?
gag. I was like, oh, okay.
It's funny because like she prefaced it or whatever the word is. She said that this was one of her favorite movies of all time. And I was like, all right, yeah, honey, let's watch your favorite movie. And after I watched it, I was like, are you serious? Or was that a joke? Or
What should they pay you? What?
Dude, I should have been paid for that. I was just scarred. I haven't went on a date since. Good Lord. Find me on Tinder, okay?
Yes. Yes.
God damn.
You'll have to put that link down in the description.
Oh, exactly.
Oh my lord. For me, this is one of the franchises that I watched as a kid growing up, watching all those popular horror franchises, and this was one of them. And Leprechaun 1 through 4 were the ones I remember the most. And the only reason that 4 really sticks in my mind is because it's the one in space.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Everything
Yep.
has to be.
And I love Jason X, and I was like,
Fuck
it's
yes.
Jason X, but with the Leprechaun. Like, okay. But yeah, I mean, this was definitely not one of my favorite horror franchises. It was just one. It was like, I love Child's Play, and it's like, okay, Leprechaun, Killer Doll, they're pretty similar, right?
Same
No,
height, right?
not really. I mean,
Speaking of, we're in Chucky.
Woodchuck, yeah. But yeah, I don't really have like a huge in-depth history with the Leprechaun 2. Leprechaun 1 was the one I watched the most because I love Jennifer Aniston, and
A babe.
watching her, fight a leprechaun was pretty badass. So, all right, well, let's talk about some of this behind the scenes fun with this movie. Whew, there's quite a bit of goodies with this one, but let's talk about the people behind the movie. This movie was directed by Rodman Flender, who would also go on to direct Idle Hands.
Okay.
Great movie.
Devon Sawa. Yeah, he is also the uncle of Timothy Chalamet.
Whoa,
Yeah.
really?
Yes. I was like, that, okay.
That's
Sure.
random. Holy shit.
But he has done a lot of TV work. He directed a lot of episodes of The Office, Tales from the Crypt, The OC, Gilmore Girls. He also directed some of the Scream TV show.
I forgot that was a TV show.
Yep. It was written by Turi Meyer and Al Septian. This was their first writing credit. They would their latest writing credit is actually that Griselda show on Netflix, which is about the I can't remember. She was a drug lord in Central America.
What?
You've never heard of that?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it
I
either.
don't know what's going on. Carry on.
I don't know what's going on. I
It
never.
was a show that literally just came out like last month. It has Sofia Vergara in it from Modern Family. There you go. That's all I got for you, Dan. I don't know what else you want.
I've heard of it. I've not watched it.
They also wrote a lot of TV. I mean, that is TV, but they wrote a lot of other TV stuff. Mark Jones, who was the director of the original and the one who came up with the creation of the story, was supposed to come back to direct this movie, but he was writing Rumpelstiltskin at the time.
Which is like the same
And-
thing, but different.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wanted to focus more on that. So he pretty much gave the studio all the control and just pretty much said, do whatever. And so here we go. This was supposed to be filmed back to back with Leprechaun 3 because it was actually supposed to tie in. Like the third one was supposed to start directly where the second one ends. Because this one, of course, is its alternate title was Bride of Leprechaun because of the whole, what happens in this movie. And then I guess the next one was supposed to be called like The Trial of the Leprechaun, where it was directly after the events of this movie, people died in Leprechaun 2. And so the main characters from 2 have to trying to explain to the cops that a leprechaun was behind the killings. But of course, the cops don't believe them. They get arrested. They go up there. It's a whole trial. And then the leprechaun shows up again, causing chaos. And then I guess
That would have been sick.
right. I
was literally thinking of that while the movie's happening. I'm like, imagine explaining that. Yeah, there's this little guy about 3 feet tall. He just shoved my head in the thing. And like, they're never going to believe that.
right.
These
What?
kids are in trouble.
Yeah. Well, especially like this happens actually if you think about it in a lot of horror movies that just kind of like end and like what happens afterwards?
they just walk off into the sunlight. Like,
what are the repercussions?
we'll be okay, honey. Like, what are you talking about?
There's
But
legal
also they're right.
ramifications here that we need to figure out.
That's why I love the Child's Play franchise. Like later on, I think it was the 2 newer ones, Cult and Curse. So Curse of Chucky, like Chucky comes back and he does, he kills a lot of people, but because he's a doll, he's able to frame one of the characters to the point where she is then sent to a mental hospital in the next movie,
Yep.
and then it's a whole thing with that. So like, yeah, what are you gonna say?
You just got to accept it. Fuck, I guess I'm going into a mental institution because I thought I saw a leprechaun. Maybe I didn't. And then you're gaslit and start thinking otherwise. Like, fuck, maybe I'm on too much LSD.
Well,
You know?
I mean, like this movie actually has a bit more coverage into it because I remember there being quite a few other little people in this movie. So like,
There's a lot.
yeah, there were like a shit ton, and I was like, which is great. But
point.
like, it's easily could have been like, well, if it's one of them, I don't know. What if it's fucking St. Patty's Day? What if you're just drunk off your ass and on something? I don't know.
I never talk about Rotten Tomato score, but I just want to mention the fact this has a 6%.
That's amazing.
Well earned.
Yeah, well earned.
It had a budget of $1.5 million and it grossed $2.3 million. This was the last Leprechaun movie to be released in theaters up until the latest one, I think. The Return, or it was either the Leprechaun Origin or was Leprechaun Returns. I can't
Shit
remember
was
which
in
one.
theaters.
The original two.
I meant the new one,
were in
newest ish one.
I think
don't
it might have
think
been
so.
Origins.
It was
'Cause-
the one with Hornswoggle.
Yeah, that's
the wrestler.
Origins because
Yeah.
it was WWE's like production company that made it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with any of the Leprechaun movies that come.
Of course.
absolutely nothing.
And this is
He looks like a little troll.
this is the one. Oh, what's his name? Who plays the Leprechaun? Doesn't like it being mentioned.
Oh, Warwick Davis.
Warwick.
Yeah,
Warwick
Warwick David.
Davis.
Yeah, I believe he does
Yeah.
not like that one being mentioned or talked about.
Which one? This one?
No, Origin or whatever. The one
Oh yeah, he
wasn't
wasn't even in that one.
Yeah, like he doesn't like people bringing that up or something. I don't.
He's also not a fan of Leprechaun Returns because he
Maybe that
didn't
was
get
it.
asked to be brought back for that, because that one is actually a direct sequel to the original Leprechaun, but they didn't ask him to come back to play the Leprechaun. And
That's
Dumb.
sad. Why?
Bullshit. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even that old. He's like in his 50s.
Let the man.
right? And that movie came out like 5 years ago, so
Yeah.
Let the
he would have
man
been even
act.
younger. Like, come on, man.
That's silly.
So let's go through the cast. We have Warwick Davis back again as Lubdan the Leprechaun. I always forget that his name is Lubdan.
When does
The
he get?
name is never.
When's it get dropped?
His name is never mentioned. It's very rare. It like gets dropped very rarely, and I think it's mostly from either the books that a character reads, or it's when the flashback scenes happen, and because that's when they're talking about the legends mostly.
Oh,
I don't think I ever hear it in this movie.
I don't remember.
I always call him
Leppy. Said it.
He's Leppy boy to me.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's Leppy.
He's got leprous. It's fine. It's whatever.
Leprosy.
We have Charlie Heath as Cody. We have Siobhan Durkin as Bridget and as O'Day's daughter in the prologue.
Yep.
Denise Richards was actually up for the role of Bridget, but she turned it down. She actually was in Tammy and the T-Rex with Siobhan Durkin, which is pretty funny.
Well, I'm assuming that she didn't want to go like I know I've not seen like the hard cut of Tammy and T-Rex, but like I was just assuming they didn't want to do like all the titties. Like I was not expecting this. It was like she's the main character. She ain't just gonna get naked just like that. No, she got naked just like that. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I
Heather
didn't look, of
Langenkamp.
course, but you know.
Heather Langenkamp was also asked to be in this movie as Bridget, and I was like, I mean, she wasn't old at the time, but it was just, I don't think it would have fit well. She turned it down because she was doing New Nightmare at the same time, so, which is a way better movie than this.
Fair point.
We have Sandy Barron as Morty.
Classic.
He's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's-
I
he is
remember
pretty
him. I remember him from Seinfeld. He played Jack Klompus, who was like the arrival of Jerry's dad at the retirement home. He's so funny. Oh man, we have James Lancaster as William O'Day, who I believe that's the character from the beginning.
Yep.
And yeah, we have a bunch of other side characters that we'll mention as we go through the plot. So there you go. There's your main cast.
It's very
This was released
Star-studded cast. Let me tell you.
right.
it's very deep and compelling.
Huh. It's Warwick Davis and other people.
Yes.
Yep, pretty much.
And his
Oh, well, hey,
entourage.
Clint Howard's in this. Let's not shove
Oh,
them
I
under the
know.
rug.
That's one of our. Yeah.
That's why he said,
Oh,
well,
and-
we'll mention them later.
I'm just saying, you got to. It's
chill.
Clint.
This movie was released April 8th, 1994. So hey, it's celebrating. It by the time this releases, it'll be like 2 weeks out from its 30th anniversary. So happy 30th anniversary,
fuck
Leprechaun
yeah.
2.
You
Best
made
movie
it.
ever.
Good job.
Well, if you think about it, every time we do one of these, it's going to be the 30th anniversary of that film because I think they did a Leprechaun movie like every fucking year.
Oh yeah,
for,
that's
like,
a good. That's a good
6
point.
years straight. All right, let's start talking about the plot. So Dan, what time is it?
Oh, sorry. Shit. Okay, let's do it.
It's time to dissect that film.
Woo! Oh no.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, guys. We're gonna get it.
It's
One
gonna
day,
take a
one
while.
day you'll get it.
Well, man, I'll figure it out. It'll never hit.
So
That's
this
fine, we'll
movie-
try. We'll keep trying.
This movie opens to a man running through the woods. He's being chased by Leppy Boy.
Butt ass naked.
Yeah, butt ass naked. He's got his ding dong fucking flapping in the wind. You could actually hear
You had to
it.
tape it back so you didn't get the thigh slap. Like,
It's like when you were a kid and you stuck a piece of paper out the window and it's just like, holy shit! Pull back in.
he's really going. That's going to cause friction burns.
So it is St. Patrick's Day, year something. I can't remember. I don't know if it flashed a year, but it's a long time
I
ago
think it did.
in a galaxy far, far away. And it is Leppy Boy's 1000th birthday. So since he's turned the big old triple zeros, he's got to find himself a wife. And he captures this man. His name is William O'Day. And he pretty much is like, hey, you're going to help me find a wife. And he's like, okay, well, I really don't have a choice here because you have this thing around my neck and now I'm your prisoner. And then, of course, Leppy Boy's got to be a little bastard. He brings him up and he's like, I want that one. He's like, that's my daughter. No. He's like, and I'm doing all these things. That's actually what he does throughout this movie. He's making weird noises with his mouth.
It's
I was watching this. Go
it's
ahead.
so weird that he doesn't say anything about it being his daughter until she like pulls the towel down. I'm like, do you not know where you live, sir?
Where are
Like,
you?
Are you lost?
That's a
I
good
know.
point.
And how does nobody in his family know that he just like ran off?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, where's dad going? He's just sprinting. Like, I don't know where he's going.
Dad, how long have you been gone? At least we get a reference to him wanting to clean shoes one time in this fucking movie.
Does he not? I thought he mentioned something in this beginning.
He does this at least
in this
once.
opening scene.
He does. It's
Yeah,
dude,
and that's it.
when he's like, you clean your damn shoes, you kids.
Yeah.
Hitting it with a towel or something.
While I was watching this, my oldest walked in and he was like, why are his teeth like that? I was like, I don't know if they was just supposed to look dirty or if they were trying to paint his teeth to look pointy. I'm not sure what they were going with, but I'm just going to go with their dirty.
That's because Herbie had become a dentist at the North Pole yet. That's why.
Yeah, and he hasn't brushed his teeth in 1,000 years.
Yeah.
That's why his lips are black too.
He's too busy eating pussy. He ain't got time to brush his teeth.
That's what I'm saying. He's out there slaying them.
Oh man.
Glad you waited to say that before I spit my drink
I
out.
love you, dear. Just carries around a little step stool with him.
That's
No
what I
offense
do.
to little people, all right? Everybody chill the fuck out, all right?
He's the perfect height. He don't need a step stool.
It depends on how tall the lady is.
Well, here's my confusion. So William tries to stop him from making his advance on his daughter, and then Leppy Boy kills him. But my thing was, why didn't he still go after the daughter?
Yeah, I don't get that either. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just wait for like another however long, 200 years or something, maybe longer."
He's like, I'm just gonna ride down your family tree, because that's literally how the opening credits are. Look, it's just a family tree and all the people in it. I just wanted to see Leppy Boy like going down like a fireman's pole, like.
That would have been great.
So welcome to Hollywood, everybody, where we have a teenager who is seemingly trying to not get people to go on this tour, but it's like the weirdest selling point. He's like really pushing the envelope of like, You don't want to go on this. You don't want to go on this, but you really do want to go on this. Clint Howard is the customer he's trying to persuade.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's funny because there's an ice cream truck behind him. During that
Yes.
scene, which is great.
He also mentioned something about like going to get ice cream or something.
Oh, does he? That's awesome.
if
Yeah.
I ever meet Clint Howard, this is for my son. I'm getting him to autograph a bottle of Grenadine.
There's a Frito-Lay
Like,
truck.
it is going to happen. I can't stand this kid. Like this Cody kid. Like Clint is like doing like. Of course, it's Clint Howard being Clint Howard, but he's like doing way better of a job than this fucking kid is. He's driving me nuts.
So bad. I wanted to punch him in the first 30
But
seconds.
then you see all these people that are behind him that are like staring, like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's the thing about this movie, and with a lot of like horror movies, is like they don't make the main characters likable enough to care. Where you're just like, I don't give a shit that the leprechaun's killing everybody. These guys suck. Like they don't do anything.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They're playing Sister Act 2 at the theater in this town. I love that movie.
She does like that
Good
movie.
old Whoopi. Good old Whoopi. So, what the hell is this main character's name? Cody.
Cody.
Jesus Christ.
Focus.
That's how much I don't care about this character. He gets everybody in for the tour because he gets another couple to pay up, and so he's got to find the driver. And he finds the driver at the bar getting drunk, but he's also trying to do business. He's trying to get people to come work for him.
Yeah, and invest in it. Trying
Yeah.
to get people to
that's
invest
right,
in the
yeah.
tours.
It's like, and he's doing a terrible job at it because the dude that he's trying to talk to is already gone. Like he's like pretty much napping on the bar.
And then he asks
And
the bartender to be like the witness or whatever. Like, you were witness to this. The guy's fucking dead.
And so he gets a few more drinks, and then he's really drunk, and that's when Cody has to come in and bring him into the bathroom and like shove his head into the sink to get him to sober up. Jesus. And he's pretty much like, I'm not doing the tour, man. I'm not doing it. You got to do it, Cody. You got to.
He's like, no. He's like, I can't remember. He has a line in this I really like. It's something along the lines of like, oh, you got to go through, you got to do it. But then he's like, sometimes you got to just do the safe play and not. And he's like practically falling over, like in the fucking bathroom. Like, Morty, what are you doing, Morty?
Oh my gosh.
Get stuff way up your butt, Morty.
Freaking
Way up your
Morty.
butt.
So of course Cody has to run the tour, and that pisses Bridget off because they were supposed to hang out, and so she actually joins in on the tour. And this tour, he's not doing. I would have fucking gotten out. I would have fought this kid. I would have fist fought this kid. Give me my fucking money back and let me out.
Yep.
This is bullshit.
You just open the door and push him out.
We get a bum jump scare. Like this dude is just like, "Arr!"
Oh no!
Like,
Economic
holy shit,
disparity.
the scariest part of this.
Yeah.
The scariest part of this movie.
That's about fucking right. No, it's not. No, it is fucking not. I will tell you, we get to the scariest part of this movie.
No, because this guy was hanging out at Harry Houdini's house.
Oh yeah.
That's where they go because that's where the tree is. So we then see him the homeless man. He is sleeping by the tree, which was given to Houdini from the town in Ireland that the leprechaun was from.
And why does this make sense?
I don't know. That's why the leprechaun's here, even though he was already here because he was here in the first movie. He was already in the U.S.
Well, unless that was supposed to be Ireland. And
So
he got moved with the tree. You know?
Does he reproduce
Yeah,
by
that could
budding?
have been it.
Mr. Moore?
Well, I have read that in every leprechaun movie is a different leprechaun. Like he's not the same one.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
They
Is
just
that
all
canon?
look the same. I have no idea. I've just read some people stating like it's. I think it's more of just a rumor,
Fan
like,
theory.
fanfare. Yeah, fan
Yeah.
theory. You know,
That
which
would make
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
based on the situation, because like there is no mention of anything that happens in 1, and I don't think any of them revert back to any of the prior movies, especially the ones that Warwick Davis is in. So the tree gets a little booze in it and gives birth to our Leppy boy.
Why the fuck does it work that way?
Mother Nature.
But I love how he comes out and he's just like, this shit's nasty. Because it's not Irish whiskey. So Leppy boy shows up, and the first thing he does is rip out the homeless man's gold tooth. Like rips that shit out. I'm like, God damn.
That would hurt.
Dentistry. At its
And
finest.
his line is, you may feel some pain. Too bad me forgot me Novocaine.
I don't think you would know what Novocaine is, but I'll run with it.
He's a magic fucking leprechaun. He knows what everything
I'm
is.
just saying, all right?
Is that the first time? Is that the only time that he rhymes in the movie?
I don't think so.
Probably not. He has a lot of puns and.
Because I know, like, at some point in the movies, he stops rhyming.
He does,
Didn't
yeah.
he rhyme the whole first movie?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Somebody got like so far into the script, they're like, nah, fuck this.
This is not the Lucky
I just want to check,
Too
get this
much.
shit done.
This is not the Lucky Charms leprechaun. Just saying.
So Bridget and Cody are not doing so well in their relationship. They end up going to the go-kart park, and another kid's there, Ian, and he's hitting on her, and she's all like, hee, right in front of Cody. I'm like, I understand if your relationship is kind of rocky, but like maybe don't do that in front of your boyfriend. It's kind of doesn't look so good on you. She doesn't. The thing about Bridget though, it's not like she jumps in Ian's arms like, let's go make out. Like she doesn't do anything, but it was kind of just, I guess she was doing it just to piss him off because she's like, fuck you. You made me go on this shitty ass tour around Hollywood. So fuck you.
It's in bad taste.
Yeah. It's in bad taste, but then I'm like, after a little bit, I'm like, you know what? I would have done the same.
Yeah, but Cody fucking sucks, so forget
He
it.
does.
He does.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Ian kind of sucks too, though. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, they all fucking suck.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Ian gets it good too.
Yeah, he does.
So Cody gets arrested because he blows a red light. He's speeding.
Doesn't have a license, does he?
Yeah,
He doesn't have. Yeah. Is he? Are these kids in high school?
He's
I
14,
was trying to
15
figure
maybe.
that out.
Sure. He looks like he's 15. Like I don't know.
15 going on 23.
So we're at the police station, and the homeless guy shows up, and he's ranting and raving about the leprechaun and how it stole his gold tooth. He's got like blood all over his face. And Morty comes to pick up Cody. And of course, as he's there, he is trying to get the cop to invest in the tours. I'm like, man, this guy is just relentless. He
Hands him
doesn't give a
fucking
shit.
pamphlet and shit.
Yeah. I love how he gives the other cop who brings Cody out the pamphlet, and the cop's face is like, what? So Leppy Boy does some street magic just in the middle of the street. He's just doing some crazy shit. And this is when he takes a guy's gold and his finger, because the guy's wearing a gold ring, and he ends up just ripping that finger right off.
He doesn't need it. He's got 9.
And that's when he says, finger licking good. I went, yes! That's the best line of this fucking movie.
The special effects though look pretty fucking good. Like
Yeah.
in that case, it rips it off pretty clean.
Yeah, anything that's practical, it looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there is any CG in this movie, so
I don't think so. I don't think
it's probably until like later on
down
the road with this franchise.
Well, what was 94 you said?
Yeah.
I think it was not in the realm of low budget films at this point.
I mean, the budget was 1.5 mil. That's not a lot, especially if you're wanting to incorporate CGI.
You can fire up a Super Nintendo, but I don't know how it's going to help you, like Star Fox or something.
I love Morty doing the trick with the pizza where he's just standing outside the door waiting for the pizza, and he's like, and Cody's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Wait." Then he gets to a point, he opens the door, he's like, oh, you're late. Free pizza.
31
32
minutes.
minutes,
How
free
that-
pizza.
Yeah,
Slams the
I was like,
door.
I was like, I don't fucking think that's how that works.
It was. It's not anymore.
Yep.
30
I think-
minutes or it's free, dude.
Domino's used to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the guy was there. The guy was there.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's a technicality. It's he say, she say. You know what I'm
The
saying? Whatever
customer's
say.
always right.
Exactly.
Man,
it's
fuck that.
free.
Fuck that. Fuck all of that. Okay. Retail
I agree.
establishments that use that as one of their fucking founding bullshit. Fucking customer, get the fuck out of here with
I
that.
agree.
Customer is always right. The
I
customer
fucking
is
agree.
95% wrong.
Yep.
And I would
Exactly.
love to tell them to go fuck themselves if they
Hey.
ever say that to my face.
Poster of Godzilla back there.
I see that.
56. And a Friday the 13th part.
I always said that there needed to be a customer purge day that you could just tell them
like
what you
kill
felt.
them or just
No, what you.
Oh,
What, could
okay.
I just go around with like a plastic baseball bat?
Oh,
and
I
just
would
start
love to
hitting 'em?
hit some of
It's
it.
not gonna hurt them. I'm just gonna hit them
See,
like.
now that I'm
behind
out
the
of
knees or something.
retail, I'm like, fuck customers.
Oh yeah. Back in my Best Buy days, I tell you, son.
Hey, I
I
was in
tell ya.
retail for almost 20 years. I'm done with it.
I was in retail for almost a decade. That was
See?
long enough.
Yeah.
Jesus. So Morty pretty much talks Cody into going and fighting for Bridget. Like, you got to go talk to her. Stupid. She's hot and you're an idiot. So get over there. So Ian brings Bridget home from the go-kart track, and of course he starts hitting on her. He wants to, he's trying to advance on her. She's just like, I got a boyfriend. I'm like, well, you kind of fucked with this kid, man. Like, I understand you're fucking with your boyfriend, but you also fucked with this kid. You were leading him on, and then he comes in and he's thinking he's gonna get something, and you're like, I have a boyfriend. If she just went, I'm not in the mood, or like, no, thank you, not tonight, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. But the fact that you started with, I have a boyfriend, come on,
Like,
lady.
which side of the coin are you playing here?
Yeah, I know. And this dude
Yeah.
the dude's a piece of shit. And really, the
Oh,
real question
absolutely.
is, what about those chili dogs? What the fuck does that even mean, first off? Secondly, the dude's a prick, right?
Gotta go fast.
Like, is that right? Sonic, dude. Anyhow, he probably is in bed, but that's okay. And, like, I don't
Chili dogs.
I don't understand. Like, why would she just drag this dude? Like, he's just there, and she's like using him as a fucking patsy, essentially.
Yeah.
Shit, don't do that to people.
And of course he's all pissed off. She's inside, and he gets called from the garage, like, hey Ian, come here. And he's like, all right. And then she just takes her top off, and to be honest, I hadn't seen this movie in years, and I was just like, what? I don't remember this, but all right. So supposedly Siobhan Durkin stated that she had a body double for this, but there's no clarification if that was true. So if you were excited that you got to see that girl's boobs, just, I guess, believe it in your own way.
It's hard to say.
I mean, a lot of guys are like, boobs are boobs. Well, women too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like boobs are boobs, man. I mean, the thing is they never show. Oh no, they do show her face when she's topless. We're going way too deep into that.
There's your
This dude wants
CGI.
to go deep into him too, but
We'll find out what happens.
Yeah. He wants to motorboat those things, but unfortunately, he ends up motorboating a lawnmower.
He is right
perfectly
there, too.
rigged up too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a leprechaun. He probably did some fucking magic, and that thing was just like, hello.
I mean, he was over there
Exactly.
with his hands like this the whole time. He's just like,
Yeah.
You smell. You
All right.
taste suspiciously of oil and grass clippings. It's really odd.
fresh.
Oh man. So yeah, he's dead. Very
Yeah.
dead.
Off screen, of course.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
That would
well,
be-
you get the
The shadow.
you get the shadow, which was fine. I don't think that. I mean, to be honest, I don't care. To be honest, I mean, at least we saw something.
Yeah,
I'm trying
that's
to justify it. It's like, hey, we don't need to see it. It's like, nah, I fucking wanted to see it. I wanted to see that dude's face just fucking get chewed up.
Yeah.
I wanted some dead alive shit.
No kid, dude. Just big pink paste everywhere. This movie's really weird with its gore too, like really weird. Because sometimes there's not much of it, and then sometimes it seems like they're trying to have more, and I just don't know where they're trying to land.
I think they were also probably fighting with the fact of like we don't want to go too deep into the gore because this was a theatrical film, so they didn't want to have it cut to shreds. Because I think a lot of horror movies after the 80s were looking at like what happened to a lot of horror movies in the 80s, going, we're gonna have to tone this down. We're gonna have to because like if you think about it, 2 years later we get Scream.
Yep.
And Scream has gore, but not a lot of it. It's just enough. Like you're not seeing people's like bowels out. Well, no, you do see Casey Becker's in the beginning, but like that's about it. Most of it is just like stab wounds and blood. Like,
but even that's a good amount of blood at times too. In Scream.
And I think that's probably why 90s horror is not as well loved as 80s horror, because I think 90s horror had to kind of pump the brakes with a lot of their gore. Which we all love gore. It's a fucking movie, man. Give it to me. We know it's fake. We're not children.
So I just want to point that. Okay, never mind. We'll just get to this scene. I need to talk about it.
I like the after of the scene that we just talked about, because she goes through. She's in the kitchen or whatever, and here's the doorbell or a knock. Well, she goes through the room and it's red. And then it's not red in the living room. Like whatever is in between the kitchen and the living room is red. Then Cody's like, I need to give you roses. They're red. The couch is red. So there's a lot of blood reference in there. Because I
didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. I mean, we're watching it again.
As we often do.
Yeah. I enjoy that because... Listen, I couldn't remember anything from this movie.
No,
except
God,
for 2
no.
scenes.
We watched this. It's like, do you guys remember shit? I'm glad you two are here. I swear. I have no fucking clue what went on in this movie. We'll talk about that more later.
Yeah, we all watched this movie a week ago because we were supposed to record a week ago, and it wasn't happening.
No,
so.
Some stick with you better than others.
But that's so cool, like that. The reference to blood.
Oh, the image. The
imagery.
Because
you don't see him get killed. I mean, you see him after, but
so is that like the indication like someone's dead?
I don't. She doesn't know it yet, but we do, and I think it's just kind of leading up to.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, in the beginning of this movie, we got the whole thing with Leppy Boy and how he is supposed to get the girl. So she's got to sneeze 3 times. But I feel like he's cheating because he's the one who manipulates the sneezes, because he's the one who's like fucking blowing shit. And
that's a good point.
Well, not surprising seeing who we're dealing with here, but yes, that is correct.
Yeah, because it's the thing is, she sneezes once, she sneezes twice. She becomes me bride if she sneezes thrice.
Great band, by the way.
Yes.
What? That's a band name?
Thrice.
Oh,
it's my favorite. It's my favorite band. So, in the obscurity that it gets brought up, I always try to mention it.
So yeah, so since she sneezes 3 times, he is now able to do his thing, and he kidnaps her. He fights with Cody and Bridget, but then ends up taking Bridget back to his crib.
I like the note, like the scene where it's like it would have been much better not showing him getting into the house, but you literally have Leppy Boy like half-ass fumbling through the window in the background. Like, what the fuck is going on? Just don't show that. Just hard cut to him in the house. He's magical. We don't need an explanation of this man struggling to get through a window.
No, I wanted to see him just fucking, his little legs are just dangling.
Yeah,
there, like,
did fucking going like that.
Just falls in.
Oh yes.
And it's one of those things where like he hits the floor and they just look over and there's nothing there. And then you see him like,
yep.
Child's play. It's just the legs.
It's fucking child's play, man.
We get the bird in the scene though, where he throws the
cast iron like the fireplace prod.
Yeah.
Oh right.
He's like moving his fingers, and it's like, hey, he just flipped me off.
Oh yeah, because he catch it?
He catches it and it burns his hand, and he moves his fingers, but he doesn't move all of them as much as he does the middle one. I'm like, I see what you're doing.
So he gets back to his crib. He, of course, is he's telling Bridget.
He's giving her a tour. Like, what is it?
He pretty much is.
What
He's
what
like,
is it on MTV?
"This is your new home, baby.
MTV
Cribs?
You
Cribs.
are. You live here
Yeah.
now."
Here's the bathroom.
And then, of course, he jumps right to the gun. He jumps the gun. He's just like, "You gonna have me we children?" And she's like,
Excuse me?
"Okay."
He doesn't even lead up
I don't
to
think
it.
so.
Like, at least
I
buy her
don't think
dinner
that's
first.
happening. But okay. Cody becomes a suspect with the killing, with Ian's death in the garage, and the fact that Bridget's gone. He was the last one there. I guess they found evidence against him, so he is now a suspect. But Leppy, I forgot to mention that Leppy boy realizes he is missing a gold piece because Cody ended up taking one before he disappeared.
Yeah, because it rolled between his fingers and he grabbed it.
And that's
Yep.
what woke him up. Like, hey, okay.
So Leppy boy comes back for his gold, and he just shows up. He's just like hanging out on the front porch with a fucking piece of wheat in his teeth. He's like, I come for me gold.
That's exactly what happened too.
Yep.
He's got his plaid on. He just needs some overalls.
And he knocks out what the hell's his name? Morty.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Poor Morty.
He knocks Morty out, and he tries to escape, but the bars that are on the windows are cast iron as well, so it burns him. And so they're like, "Oh, good. That should stop him." This fucking guy is magic.
The dude would never last in a southern kitchen, I assure you.
You got that right.
He ends up in like a was it lodge store?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he would just be dead. Just all cast iron skillets as far as I can see.
Hey, that's the best way to cook some biscuits.
Fuck yeah, it is. Fried chicken.
We then go to the bar, and they're enjoying a drink, and Cody's like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." And there's a lot of little people in this bar during this scene, and which is making Cody all paranoid because every time he turns around, he sees like somebody walking, and he thinks it's the leprechaun. My favorite is the cameo from Tony Cox.
Oh my god.
This dude is the fucking best,
Yes.
man. He always plays such weird characters. He was in Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yes.
He was in the Bad Santa movie.
Yes.
Come on, Charlie. Those kids' dicks are bigger than sausages. Fucking love that. I fucking love that movie. Dude,
Oh, God.
This is the quote unquote scariest scene because he just walks in there wide eyed as fuck into the bathroom.
His fucking eyes are like this, bro. He doesn't blink. He's just like,
You want a chocolate coin? Like,
chocolate?
no, not in the bathroom, bro. Anywhere but here.
Oh my God.
That was a weird time to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So Tony Cox and Warwick Davis have worked together many times. What was that?
That was
There's a
nothing.
kitty.
That was nothing.
Oh, the cat was staring at you so
No.
longingly, Joey. It was like, oh, love me.
Wow,
Yeah, it
that
was
was
nothing.
sweet.
It sounded like a baby crying.
He's like, what? Throws it out the window.
That was my son. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
come back.
What's the cat's
My-
name? We gotta know.
Bahama.
Ah.
She was the one who puked right there.
What do you? What's the
Aw.
nickname? It has to have a nickname.
There's probably
It's-
like 10.
Her nickname is Ralph. Yeah. Nickname is
She must-
Ralph, come
She must
here.
throw up a lot.
Ralph.
Yes.
That's good. I like it.
And her sister's name is Aruba.
Aw.
That's
Anyhow,
nice.
Leprechaun 2. Sorry about that, folks.
Sorry,
I
we
got
love
a
cats.
little,
Talk about cats. Good.
distracted there. There was
Okay.
a wild animal on me.
I didn't realize that Tony Cox was the preacher in Beetlejuice until just now.
What?
I'm sorry.
I didn't know
what?
that either.
What the fuck?
Yeah. There's his pictures. I'm on IMDb and there's pictures. And
Yeah,
he's,
because there's no way we mentioned that in our Beetlejuice
I
episode.
didn't know.
Wow.
He's holy
So
shit.
he-
Really?
Right there.
Oh
Right
my
there.
God, you're
Preacher.
right.
Right there.
Holy fuck.
No
dude.
Yeah, the little alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck?
Hey man.
All right. How old is this guy? Like
Forever? I don't know.
Well, Hang
Is
on.
he immortal?
He was in
Eternal.
Spaceballs?
Because he
Was
does.
he in Spaceballs?
Yeah.
He was in He was in. So, as I was trying to say, Warwick Davis and Tony Cox have been friends for a long time. They've worked together for a long time. They were actually Ewoks in Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
They were in Willow together. Cox actually was Warwick Davis's stunt double.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's really fucking cool.
He was born in 1958,
Oh.
so
Okay.
he does not look that old. Just saying.
But this scene ends perfectly because after Cody walks out of the bathroom, Tony Cox walks up to the urinal, and I'm like, how is he gonna do that?
That's
His
what I
fucking
was
just
wondering.
mouth is
He's
directly
just
up.
gonna piss. He's just gonna piss on the floor.
He's just gonna lean back and aim.
Well, if he drank enough, he should have enough pressure behind it to get a good amount. If
Exactly.
it's got a
Hey.
good
You can
arch.
shoot it right up in
Listen,
No,
I
just
have
get it-
clean-
Just gotta get an erection, right? So it's fucking aiming up already.
there. No, that's true.
That's
Hey,
the
I've
piss
cleaned-
And
one.
all you got to do is control it like a
boner?
fucking joystick. You're just like,
That's right.
I have cleaned many urinals, and I wonder how pee gets up as high as it does. Just saying.
You had to be there. You had to be there.
Because if you just no hand it and you use enough pressure, it's like a high powered hose. When you turn it on, you don't actually have control of it. And it's just fucking doing this.
Oh no! City
Right.
Hall's on fire. Put
No.
the fire out.
It's those.
Or if I'm trying to like blow a piece of chewed gum in the urinal, right?
Oh,
You know,
don't
you
do
just
that.
Aim at it and it just
It
gotta move it.
sprays. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
It's
God.
those sprinklers that the kids have, and it's like,
Oh yeah, the wacky arm ones, like the.
but it's not the
That's
wacky inflatable
Little
arm
tube
flailing
guys.
tube man.
Yeah, no, but it's the ones that just.
Yeah,
Similar
it's-
to it.
it's just
It's
bad.
like the scene in Me, Myself, and Irene, where after he wakes up from having sex that he didn't know he had, he goes into the bathroom to take a piss, and it's just going everywhere, and he's very confused to why.
This happens.
It's the firefighters when they lose control of the hose.
That's yeah. You'd think
That's
we'd know how to
exactly
do this, but we've been doing this for thousands of years, and we still don't know what we're doing.
I mean, you guys don't know how to aim either. Well, women don't know how to aim either,
No, they
and
don't.
it's just once.
I've cleaned both bathrooms; they're just as disgusting.
It's bad.
In a world that has been completely divided for so long, two movie fans have decided to unite for the people and the betterment of mankind. One, an action movie buff. The other, a horror movie fanatic. Together, they will try to bridge the gap of both genres into one podcast with their battle cry, "Give me back my action and horror movies." Listen along as Charlie and Nate alternate each week talking about action and horror movies they cherish, mostly from the VHS era. Also, including some modern examples that felt like the movies they grew up with by answering the battle cry, "Give me back my action and horror movies." Available wherever you listen to podcasts. Look them up on Facebook and Instagram.
So anyway, little
Anyways,
people.
Leprechaun 2.
We cursed
Leprechaun 2
So-
urinal.
the pee stream.
Oh, taste
So-
the golden spray,
Okay.
dude.
So we're back at Leppy Boy's lair, and Bridget finds something in the sand. She finds like a compartment that's got a bunch of like it's got a bottle and some other stuff in there. And we then go back to the bar where Leppy Boy is there. I love how they're just sitting at the bar talking, and he's just like, Morty's like, he's here, and he's like, where? And he just looks down, and Leppy Boy's just at the end of the bar, like,
I see you
staring at
fucks.
I'm coming for you, motherfucker. And he pretty much challenges, or Morty challenges the Leprechaun to a drinking contest, like pretty much. And you're like, oh, the Leprechaun easily got this, right? He's a fucking leprechaun. He's magical. He's Irish, and he's a leprechaun.
I love there was slang for tall people, like I guess average sized people in this. Though this,
Called him
this little
nosebleed.
person like bumps into Cody and calls him, "Watch it, nosebleed."
Oh, yeah. Anyways, Leprechaun 2.
So they were about to drink him under the table, or try to.
They were
Morty
going
was
to try to.
trying
Morty,
yeah.
Morty does, because Leprechaun is, he's sloshed out of his mind.
He's
Well,
chugging balls.
And
doesn't Morty not actually drink alcohol though? He drinks that Coke and water.
he
mix.
drinks. Yeah, it's what he tells the bartender. I can't remember what the concoction was. It was probably what you just said.
Yeah, he says a
Coke
Coke and water.
Yeah,
Because he
Coke
gives
and
it to him
water, yeah.
earlier.
Yeah. So they because the leprechaun is drunk out of his mind, Cody and Morty are able to leave the bar. We're back with Bridget. She opens that chest and she finds the goodies inside. She grabs the it looks like a letter opener.
Yeah, I don't even know what that
Uh,
fucking thing is. It's just like a
That's
stick
the
with
closest
a
thing it
handle.
looks to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ice pick.
We then go to an espresso bar. And he drinks some espressos with fucking what's his name? Michael McDonald
Michael
from
McDonald,
Mad TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying
My
to
wife,
sober up.
while I'm watching this, as soon as she sees him, she goes, "Stuart!"
Yes, that's what I
Yeah,
thought. I was
exactly.
like, shit,
Look what I can do.
beef jerky.
Look what I can do.
And he's giving Leprechaun a lot of shit. But it doesn't end well for him because he then gets steamed right to the face.
Yes,
Yep.
because the espresso machine, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns the thing right to
It's
his face. It's brutal.
It's a gnarly
Yeah,
look.
it's actually
there.
pretty decent kill as far
Yeah, I thought it was
as far as
fun.
this movie goes. Yeah.
Yeah, the standards are low though. Yeah.
So Morty and Cody go to the go-kart track because I guess there's a safe inside that's made out of iron. So they're going to set a trap to capture the leprechaun since he can't escape from anything that's iron. Perfect trap. So but then while they're doing this, they get slowed down by the most hardcore security guard you're ever going to meet. This dude is taking his job so serious, it's painful. Like this dude's whipping out a gun like he's a cop. Like he's there freaking like, what are you doing? I'm like, for one, why is there an overnight security guard at a go-kart track? Huh?
It's a great question.
Okay.
Maybe they've had a lot of theft.
I didn't even think about that.
Like, why? Like, how
I mean,
much
I
money
figured
is this go-kart track taking in?
It's Hollywood, man. They probably have a mini
Yeah.
golf course, a go-kart place, a roller skating place, a candy shack. You know what I'm saying? There's probably a lot to guard here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's probably like a whole campus. It's probably not one go-kart track.
Yeah, they gotta have the
although it is sick.
Yeah, they gotta have the arcade where they're like, bending you over, not giving you any prizes and stuff out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, great job with your high score. Here's 2 tickets.
Yeah,
But you need
exactly.
75 tickets to get the first prize.
It's like it's like a paper clip.
Oh man. So yeah, so you get a whole thing with the security guard, and then they're able to capture the leprechaun. But of course, Morty gets told by the leprechaun that because he caught him, he now gets 3 wishes. Or Morty actually, I think, is the one who comes up with, he's like, aha, I know the legend. I know that if I catch a leprechaun, I get 3 wishes. And of course, the leprechaun's like, well, this guy's a fucking idiot. So yeah, sure, I'll give you
why
3
not?
wishes.
Because they're genies.
Sure, why not? So, and because Morty he's money hungry, he's greedy, he locks Cody up in the closet, and he asks he does his wishes. And I can't remember what the first 2 were, but the third one was, I want your gold. And so the leprechaun's like, well, you didn't say where, so fucking puts it in his stomach, bro. This made
Dude.
my stomach hurt,
Yeah.
man.
That's
Me
pretty good.
too.
This was gnarly, dude.
I know.
And like as he's moving, you could hear it like jingling in there. Like, like how is he even moving, bro? Like this is disgusting.
And then he's like begging.
He's like,
Oh,
get
yeah.
out of me.
I don't know if he even wished before this, but because he has at least one more wish left, because then he wishes for the pot out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
there might have only been 2 wishes here. I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, because
Because he didn't wish for anything else before
no,
that.
because
No,
the
first wish
leprechaun
was for the gold.
tells him that he's out of wishes.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. One of them was the gold, and then
Yeah.
and then it was his last one was to get the gold out. which he literally uses his nasty ass sharp fucking nail and
Yeah.
just slices him open and fucking and it like farts. It's like and it fucking thing falls out.
Ew. Ew. Ew.
So gross.
So fucking.
Oh,
I was expecting him
man.
just to explode, just
Eh.
like just stuff everywhere.
It'd be on par.
Oh, but I love that Cody runs over. He's like, "No, Morty, no, you'll be okay." As he's like trying to like shovel his intestines back into his body. Like, it's gonna be fine.
Probably not.
Yeah, because his second wish is to wish him out of the safe, and the third wish is to
Third one is
wish it out.
to get the exactly.
So we're back outside, and this is when the security guard shows back up again and starts causing issues. But the Leprechaun has a modified go-kart that he ends up fucking hitting he ends up killing the security guard with.
It's like pot of
And he's-
gold or some shit on the side of the go-kart. Like, what the fuck, dude?
got like spikes in the front and all this shit. Oh man. And we find out that because Cody has one of the pieces of gold, he can't die. Like the Leprechaun can't kill him.
Yeah.
Because like the Leprechaun drives right through him with the go-kart.
Yep.
I love the line though, where he's just like, "Have you had your iron today?" I'm like,
Just
all right, Cody, good for you, bro.
Yeah.
You got one. You got one in there.
Just one. You're not suited for one-liners, Cody. Sit the fuck down.
yeah, no, we don't fucking like him enough for that.
Nope.
Not a chance.
So of course the Leprechaun goes back to his lair, and Bridget, she's got to try to get him close to her, so she starts seducing him, and she goes to stab him, and the blade just freaking folds up on itself.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, you're dumb."
That was my dad's all. He gave me
Yeah,
that.
he was gonna say, yeah, he says something about like his dad or something. I'm like, you had a father? Good lord.
I thought you were just birthed from a tree. What's going on here?
I'm
My
There's
dad
a whole
fucked the
Leprechaun
tree.
family
second
tree.
birth.
Maybe
Oh, no.
his dad was the one for the first one.
That makes me think of the
That would be wild.
maybe, but that makes me think of the pirate dude from Family Guy who's got like peg arms and legs.
Peg everything.
What happened to you? My father was a tree.
Oh man. So during this next scene, which I believe is when Cody finally gets to the Leprechaun's lair, there's like a mix of like this rock song mixed with the score of the movie, which is instrumental.
Yes.
And you're just going, what the fuck is happening right now? Like I'm just so
fucking
confused. Like
So bad. And the editing is so bad too, because you can see all the cuts when they stop the camera.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get the actors to run out of the other side of the maze. And I was literally just paying attention to the bad editing there.
There you go.
Oh my god. Yeah, and it's not a lot happens in this other than there's a lot of running.
Yeah. It's a lot of
A lot of
Scooby-Doo shit.
Yeah.
yeah, because they go down this one tunnel. Oh, it goes back to that part. Oh no, we're going down this way. Oh, go back to like, oh my god.
Start playing
And it doesn't get interesting until yeah. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? It's fucking- What the fuck? So it doesn't get interesting though until the fucking Leprechaun summons a skeleton to attack Cody, and I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it
Kinda
was.
tall.
And so they fight for a little bit, and we also see that the Leprechaun he's balding. He's balding. He's got that sweet old.
He's got the Hulk
patch
Hogan.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got the George Costanza. Everybody.
Yeah.
So pretty much, yeah, just more running around his lair to the point of exhaustion, and he then tricks Cody into giving up the coin, and
Just drop
as
the coin.
he's
We
like,
don't need
as
it no
he-
more.
Yeah.
yeah, as he gets the coin back though, he gets the iron bar through the chest, which then causes him to explode.
That which is normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I would explode if I had an
Yeah.
iron bar put in my chest too.
Same.
And and Cody ends up taking the coin. Or actually, I don't even think he gives
No,
the
he-
coin back
he-
to the Leprechaun.
No, he leaves it. I think he throws it some way because
At the end of the movie.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the leprechaun's disguised as his lady, and he gives him a coin, but it's the chocolate coin. that
right,
the guy
that
gave
is-
him
that's
earlier.
it.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
He's like, it's 100% chocolate, bitch, and then like stab.
Yep.
We missed that.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, because then they wander out of the tree, and that's when he throws it into the sand or whatever.
Yeah, he just flicks.
I was just I was waiting for like the ground to like soak it up, and it's like, oh shit, Leprechaun's gonna be back, baby.
Yeah.
Freddy's glove comes out and grabs it. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Who owns this?
You hear the drums from Jumanji. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
It's all connected
That movie doesn't-
somehow.
It has
That
to
movie
be.
doesn't come out until the year after, but it's fine. You can still connect. Well, that's it, guys. That is Leprechaun 2.
Wow.
It was a movie.
Oh, let's
That's my
go
line.
around the room. Let's go around the room and share our final thoughts on this movie. We'll start with our guest.
Back when I had that date with that gal, the first time I saw it, I thought, this is pretty fucking bad. Thank God I'll never have to A, see this girl again, and B, watch this movie again. And then the fine folks that dissect that film said, hey, we're doing Leprechaun 2. And I thought, all right, I'll give it another shot. Maybe it'll be better this time. I feel more free in life. Maybe I'm more easygoing now. This movie has made it hard to sleep. This movie has killed my appetite. I haven't eaten in weeks. I haven't slept in days. I haven't seen another human being in real life for years because of
For
Leprechaun
years?
2.
Wow.
Is there
This
a
movie
Oh, go ahead.
killed me. I am dead inside. And on top of that, this is what I was going to say in the beginning, but I forgot because I'm an idiot. This movie fucking sucks, okay? We all know that. It's no secret that this movie is fucking terrible. But holy shit, was it fun. Because all I could think of when I was watching this movie was, I cannot wait to fucking talk about this. It's fucking unhinged. It's silly. This movie, the guy who made this movie should have been fucking arrested and tried. Man. Good Lord. Dan and Angela, you go next. I've said enough.
But wait, there's more.
Yep.
So when did we watch this? Sunday?
It would have been last Sunday before we were.
Last
whenever
Sunday.
we were before. No, it was the Saturday before.
Saturday.
last
Oh
Saturday.
yeah, because the kids weren't here.
Yes.
So we watched this, and then a few days later, Dan's like, "Is it bad that I don't remember what that movie was about?" I was like, "Nope, because I sure don't."
Like literally, Parker's like, "Hey, dude, we're gonna watch this movie and talk about it with Joey." I was like, "Sweet, we're hanging out with Joey. What are we watching?" And it's like Leprechaun. I was like, "Fuck, we need to watch that." I was like, "Shit, we already watched it." God, I hope these guys remember this fucking movie.
I remember the final run through the cave, his home, whatever the fuck that was.
The average Irish home is just roots and dirt.
Underground. The scene
They're
with
potato people. What do you expect? No, it's not.
they're
It's a
tubers.
slur.
Tubers. It's a joke. It's all right. Relax. Fucking relax, people.
Wow. The scene with Tony Cox and the scene with Clint Howard, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Would I watch it again? Hell no.
No, we got Leprechaun 3 next
I
year.
know. That's next year.
You good? You got anything else?
No.
Okay. I did not want to step on your toes. But anyhow, I'm just hoping that one of these movies comes up. That I hope Joey, you're around for this whole ride. And I need one where like just Leppy just comes in on like a board, just like kick flips his way into a window or something like that. Like that's what I want to happen. This is just because you're a skater, and I just think that'd be hilarious. But no, dude, this movie is extremely unmemorable to me. I'm glad Joey and Parker and wife were here to talk about it. We could have this good time. This is definitely not a go back and watch it again for me.
Oh, but we already did.
I know we did technically, but like she said, Clint Howard, all that stuff was fun, and there just wasn't even anything for me to give a shit about. Like there wasn't even like really big moments. Like I don't know. I guess the milk chocolate coin was like a callback. It's real milk chocolate. Like I guess I don't know. Anyway, it wasn't for me. It's not my movie. At least this time watching, though, the last time you watched it, Joey, you at least had the illusion of possibly getting a leg. Not so much here, unfortunately. But
I don't know. She scared him.
Well, she scared me because she said this was like her favorite horror series. And I was like, oh, fuck. I've heard people talk about these movies. This is going to be crazy. By the end of it, I was like, well, I'll see you later.
He's sitting in the
Next
corner,
week.
rocking back and forth. Like,
Yeah, she was at my house, and I was just sitting there like.
Joey leaves. He just leaves his own house.
Here's the keys.
I was like, well, I'll see you later.
I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. It's whatever. Watch it if you're into that kind of thing. It's nah. That's it.
Yeah, this wasn't a good movie. Really wasn't. Warwick Davis is the shining light of
Yes.
the series. You know, he's great as the Leprechaun. It's just unfortunate he gets surrounded by a bunch of just like forgettable characters
Black
that
John
I
Nobles.
don't give a shit about. Yeah. Like this, I mean, I think the first one we had more, like the characters were a lot more likable. And you had like different varieties of characters. Like you had Jennifer Aniston's character, you had the guy she was with, you had, I think it was her brother, the little kid, and then there was the and then there was like the goofy guy who was there.
I'm just here for candy, and like he was like he was like a grow up dude, but he was like the lemming to the little kid.
Yeah,
because there was something up with him.
Herman guy.
Yeah.
So at least we had like a variety of different characters that were a lot more interesting, and that movie took place in like one location. And it was a lot more interesting than this movie that took place at many locations. Yeah, it's just not, it's definitely one of the lower entries for me in this series. It's just kind of a one-shot thing where it's like, okay, and here's your sequel. What are they going to do next? That's kind of my thing. Like, what's up next? Because I don't care about this. I never want to see this again, to be honest.
Here.
All right. Now it is time to go to social media and see what you all had to say. Not a lot because we didn't get a lot in the initial post, and then I reposted it today, and there was not a lot of time between posting and letting people respond. But we did get a couple responses over on X/Twitter. Our first one is from @DeweyPodMonster, who just says, needs more space. And I said,
yes.
St. Patrick's Day 2026 is when we'll be covering Leprechaun 4 in space. And then our other one is from our good friends at the Flicks and Friends podcast, who said, love the Clint Howard cameo.
Yes.
But this one is the one I watched most as a kid.
Wow. Really? Okay. Well, you do never know.
Yeah.
It's like that girl. She said the second one was her favorite one, which where did she come from? I don't know. Hey.
Woof. All right, everybody. That is it for Leprechaun 2.
That's
Next
it?
week.
Like nobody else said anything about Leppy Boy? God.
No, nothing. It's Leprechaun 2. I don't think a lot of people probably had fond memories of this movie. It's probably one of those. It's probably how we are talking about it right now, where it's like, oh, yeah, I've seen it. But tell you what the fuck happened.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man. Next week, though, we are finishing off our month of 1986 as we will be talking about John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. So that's very exciting. Oh, I know, right? We haven't already recorded that episode, but
I know. Wink.
Gotta give the audience that illusion that it's coming up. Oh, no, but thank you, everybody, for all the support. We appreciate you. Joey, again, thank you so much for being here.
Always a pleasure. Always fun. Always fun.
Where can people find you?
On youtube.com/officialjoeyc. Be there or be square, baby.
Do it.
Do it in the butt.
Oh, right.
That's flavor.
Well, I don't remember. I don't know how to outro this show. No.
See you later, everybody.
You can find us.
Yeah. Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
You can find us on all the big social media apps. We're on X/Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, X. Oh, I already said that. Instagram. We're on, wherever social media is. Just type in Dissect That Film. We're probably there. You could also find us on all the podcast apps. Make sure to leave us 5 stars and a review. It really helps us out. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the episode. And yeah, definitely subscribe. It's free. You just hit that button. Really, it's really cool, guys. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers in 2024, and you guys can help us do that.
Yes.
Do it.
Also, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/dissectthatfilm. For just $1, you get some fun stuff like outtakes, early access to episodes, other stuff that I post on there when I feel like posting on there.
Possible news. I don't know what Parker puts on there.
Yeah, it's Patreon. I think it's allowed, maybe. I don't know.
Whoa, look at that $1. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Hey,
$dollar.
what year was that dollar made?
What year was this dollar made?
What year does that?
Let's see. 2017.
I started working at my job in 2017.
So you made this fucking dollar? Just kidding.
No, no, I didn't.
He made $1. Just one.
I'm gonna put this in
Anything
my mouth.
probably like 20, like 19 and up is probably something I helped make.
I have no idea whose sweaty boobs has been pulled out from underneath. I'm gonna stick it in my mouth. This is the content you get for your $1, right here.
Then Dan posts on Twitter, tomorrow I'm sick.
I'm dying, guys. I've contracted some gold rush era disease.
We also have a $5 tier where we have a Patreon exclusive show called The Monster Zone, which is hosted by Dan and Angela, where each month we spin a wheel full of monster movies and we talk about them.
It's the Wheel of Death.
This month is a movie because we haven't picked it out yet because we record episodes in advance.
I just hope it's better
but
than
last month, we talked about a horrible movie called The Loch Ness Horror from 1982, and it was horrendous. But listen to us talk about it for 30 minutes. It's a great time.
Exactly. It does have a sweet ass fucking poster, though.
It really does. It really
that would be the only thing I would take from that movie.
And we also have some fun stuff in the works for the $5 tier. So yeah, if you want to help support us financially, patreon.com/dissectthatfilm. We really appreciate it. But if you can't do that, the reviews and the 5-star ratings on your favorite podcast apps and subscribing to our YouTube for free, that's also amazing. So thank you. And lastly, I want to thank all of our amazing patrons: Billy Joseph Jr., Andrew Schoening, Corey Morissette, Jason, the Flicks and Friends podcast, Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming, Doom Generation, Eric Stein, Robert Stewart, and Rudy5453. Thank you for being amazing patrons.
He's right there.
Yes, thank you.
On Twitter.
And last but not least, you can find all of our personal links down below.
Yes.
Until next time, I am your host, Brett Parker. That is Dan Angela of DNA Gaming, and that is the official Joey C. And this has been another Dissect That Film podcast. See y'all again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Joey's still down there.
He hasn't stopped.